Hello, International Successful Entrepreneurs. This is Stella, and today on our Tuesday Facebook Live, today's topic is self-limiting beliefs for business success. And how many of you are entrepreneurs here? Say me if you are an entrepreneur, or one who's aspiring to be an entrepreneur, say two. Yeah, and if you're here with me, I want to acknowledge you for joining me in this Facebook Live because this is where we are covering different areas of topics to help you in your business processes, business journey, and be alongside with this accountability implementation stages of your life. And why is it that I want to cover this self-limiting beliefs for success in business? Many a times, hi, I know some of you are watching, and say if you're business entrepreneur right now, you're entrepreneur, you put number one. If you are aspiring to be one, put a number two. Or if you're none, just put none. And if you're watching on replay, hashtag replay. All right. So, and this self-limiting beliefs for business success can also be applicable in your life. So you want to recognize what are these, and it will actually allow you to work a system to be aware so that you stop yourself from procrastination, stop yourself from moving forward in your life. So what are the common, I'm going to list out a few common self-limiting beliefs. For example, the common one is I am not good enough. Okay. However, some of you may not realize that you are actually in the saying that you're not good enough. Some of you may be in the journey of, okay, I need to perfect this better. I need to work on this A to Z before I can be ready for business. I need to do my planning, my execution, my all the detailed planning up to the fine tuning of the steps before I can be ready for business. However, the truth is the business changes so fast, digital evolvement changes every day, every minute. So it is not about perfecting, but progressing. So say this is a way of people saying that I'm not good enough. Actually, you want to perfect yourself, thinking that you are not good enough. So this is one of the common self-limiting beliefs that is high on number. So I want you to jot this down. Number one, I'm not good enough. Number two, I'm too young or too old. Some people say I'm too young to start a business. Some people say I'm too old to start a business. Okay, I met a friend who told me that she has someone close to her who started coaching 2 years after working. And she felt that she was too young. And she was only 2 years with 2 years of work experience and she became a coach. However, till today, it's a couple of years later, she has become more or less quite successful in that space. So is it really too young or are you ready for it? Or is it really too old? Okay, for example, some of us started entrepreneurship journey at 60 years old upon retirement. Then there'll be others who say, hey, you should be retired and enjoy life. So is it too old? Chances is there's no young or old. However, do you have a motivation to be a business entrepreneur? Number one. Or do you have a clear purpose why you want to be one? Yeah, and if you have a clear direction that what you want to be one, there is no age limit because you might want to pass on something you have the skill sets, knowledge, and experience you have garnered over 50 years of your lifetime, and you can pass it on to someone to make it useful, to help, to pay it forward. Or you are young and you want aspire to be create a different you. So these days, some of the youngsters they don't even go through jobs. They become entrepreneur the minute they graduate from school. So there is no age limit. It is whether you have a motivation and whether you're ready, whether you have a dream in place. So number three, common ones are common self-limiting beliefs. Let's just break it down first. I don't have enough time. The truth is there's only 24 hours in a day. How many of you have enough time? Let me know you have plenty of time. Teach me how to have that kind of time. The truth is there will never be enough time if it's not your priority. That's a fact because you have family, you have children, you have work, you have leisure, you have entertainment, you have travel. There's so much that you can plan in a year, in a day, in a week. it is when you say that you don't have enough time, chances is that is not your priority. Then you are not suitable for business. If you think that you have not enough time to build a business, then chances of your business succeeding is not there. So that's number 3. Number 4, I'm not smart enough. It's also a very common one. I'm not smart enough to lead the meeting. I'm not smart enough to create this. I'm not creative. Okay, sometimes it's creative to create the business. I'm not smart enough to handle the team. I'm not smart enough to do the sales. Many of the business entrepreneurship processes are transferable. There are skill sets that's transferable that can be trained. Are you learning it correctly? Are you in an ever-growing industry and learning and growing with the industry as well? That's also the aspect that you want to look at. Or are you just waiting for things to land on your plate? So there is never a smart enough or not so smart enough. You know that some of the successful entrepreneurs out there, they don't go through a lot of education and they become successful. That's because they want it hard enough. The purpose driving them is stronger than them. And for those who so-called say they are not smart enough, they may already have their PhD, their degree, whatsoever, but they are not smart enough for business. They are smart enough. It's just that they don't know how. It is going to the how do I find out how to before you say I'm not smart enough. There's never a word called not smart enough. And I would say that I always believe that I'm not smart enough, however, I can learn it. Yeah. And it is something that if you find the right people, find the benefactors in life, and be humble and willing, there'll be people who's willing to teach you. Okay, I don't have enough experience. The next one, number 5. Chances is if no one has enough experience to become an entrepreneur at the onset of becoming entrepreneur. Do you agree with me? Anyone agree with me? Before you become an entrepreneur, do you have enough experience to say, I have enough experience to be an entrepreneur? Say yes if you agree with me. Yeah, no one will ever have enough experience before they become an entrepreneur. You always start with not knowing how first and taking the steps and doing it and trial and error before you find your footing. The chances is if you want to so-called shortcut your process, perhaps then you engage a mentor, a business coach, an entrepreneur coach to get you to where you want to be in a faster time. So you would have to look out for help, find the right people to support you, to shortcut your journey. Because if you start without any, you will never have the entrepreneurship training before you step into it. So I don't have enough money. That's the next objections for entrepreneurs. If you have enough money, maybe you will have decided that you want to stay comfortable, retire off, and that's about it. And you are doing an entrepreneurship journey because you want more. Yeah, you want more. So without investing, how can you get the returns? So it is important to have the investor mindset versus someone who doesn't have the investor mindset. And it's only when you invest in yourself, invest in the steps necessary to get you there, then you can become successful entrepreneur. So write this down. Which category are you? I'd like you to take this Facebook Live to work this with me so that you recognize that which of the self-limiting beliefs that you fall more on. And I'm going to cover that a little bit more. Okay, I will never be one of the best. That is a common one. However, you don't have to be the best. You don't have to be the best. You must understand that you don't have to be the best. You have to be good enough for your own field, for your own business processes, for your own target, for your own KPI. That's good enough. Because you are not in competition with anyone. You're in competition with yourself to be a better version of you day after day. So that is okay. Let me just share with you a couple of examples. The successful people, for example, Bill Gates, when he first started, he will never think that he will become one of the best. It is about starting first and evolving and improving a version of him to become potentially one of the best. Is he still one of the best now? Yes, maybe. Maybe there's another version. Yeah. And even for the different creators of different programs, they may also not realize that they could be one of the best until they actually step up and do it. And the audience will tell them whether it is good enough. And even for those who are not the best of the best, even if you're the second or third best, you are still generating sufficient income because there's enough people needing your service, your programs, your products. And that is where we want to get to. And then as we go in this journey of entrepreneurship, we go about improving the versions of us. So then the next one is some people, or the next objections on yourself, or the next self-limiting beliefs is, I'm not talented enough. Yeah. So I always believe that if you look at Olympic participants, right, not all of them are talented. Some of them are nurtured from a young age. So not everything needs to be a talent, even entrepreneurship. You could be talented in the areas of what you're doing. However, if you don't know how to do marketing, for example, you will also not be able to achieve the sales result that you want for your business. So it is about stepping out and finding out what's your zone of genius first, work on it, and getting the right resource to help you in the various areas that you're not talented enough, in your opinion, because there is, each of us will have their own area of expertise, some strength, and we can co-create with the people around us to get to a better version. Or we can learn from a business mentor, someone who can help us in our business, or learn from a counterpart, a joint partnership, a partner, whatsoever. So then, okay, I'm just listing the various different kind of objections, the self-limiting beliefs. I'm never a great leader. So this is due to lack of confidence. I'm never a great leader. And you have to aspire to be a great leader, but that doesn't mean you'll always be the best leader. However, if you break down your business structure and get different, a business owner may not be know everything to his best. They just know one area of the zone of genius and be able to delegate the different parts of the business to other people so that they can help them in those areas that are weaker in. And it is sometimes the people who knows how to delegate the business processes who can succeed in the business versus someone who thinks they know it all. Chances of you knowing it all is unlikely. And you don't have enough time in this case. So it's about learning how to delegate the processes. So many of these beliefs, right, come from a place of fear. And everyone has them, all these different variations of fears. The goal is to learn how to identify which are the fears and overcome this belief system that they stop you from moving forward in your business. So write down all these variations of 10 simple common examples of what we talk about here about your self-limiting beliefs, because we're going to work on this, how to improve and work on not having these limiting beliefs and how to overcome it. Okay, first you identify which one is it. Write it down, write in a journal when these self-limiting beliefs arise. Analyze whether these belief systems are accurate or not, whether they have any evidence that you're really not good enough, and be fair to yourself and stop being too hard on yourself. Chances of you having so many self-limiting beliefs is because you're also too hard on yourself. You're judgmental of your own progress, your own process. And sometimes you must understand that entrepreneurship has many factors and it has a journey, and it also takes time. Then the next thing, number 3 step that you want to work on is to write down positive affirmations to combat these negative thoughts that you have and reframe these thoughts into positive beliefs. And number 4 is to not give up. Sometimes you're just that close to success, and because you think that you're not good enough, you take a step back and then you start to lose everything. So this is a 4-step process to not give up, to keep doing the work. So one of the processes I dive even deeper to help someone discover their self-limiting beliefs and go down their childhood journey to find out what is the inner fear inside them, what's the childhood wounds that has affected them, that has created all these, I would say, a ripple effect of self-limiting belief as they go into adulthood, is actually this program called Fear to Power. I actually created Fear to Power because I observed that many a times these fears are self-created. And these self-limiting beliefs stops people from moving forward in their business. And as I dive it down to with the people who, the mentees, the participants, the audience who help in the program, many of them realize that some of these came from the imprinted memory in their cells from childhood. And once we overcome all these childhood inner fears and we recognize which was the memory that caused them to be so, they actually open up something inside them to remove this self-limiting beliefs, the cellular memory, and become successful in life in the shortest time. So I have this program called Fear to Power, and we're running at it this weekend. So I'm just calling out because I love this program. 100% guarantee it has helped many people to actually go out of their, step out of their self-limiting beliefs by finding out what was the real inner childhood wounds that they went through. And with that findings, they're able to break through. So one of the things I cover is wealth is determined by your relationship with your father. Typically, if you in your you suffer from some setbacks in your business or your career, it is likely to be related to the relationship with your father. And it could be a situation that you have occurred with your father that imprinted the memory, or the pure no bonding relationship you have with your dad, or he never has existed in your life. So that would impact directly onto the wealth and career. And we want to work on this piece itself so that it does not affect your wealth and your business and your career. And by identifying this, right, Joyce Pellegrini found out that when she was 4 years old, she was rejected by her father. And through this process of walking through this memory and recovering from the memory and stacking on a new belief systems and behavior, she was able to walk out of that situation, of that memory, even though the father is no longer around, and she's able to create wealth in the shortest time possible. And she's not the only example. I work with a couple of clients who has this situation with their father. One of them, it comes from a single parent family. The father was never in existence, and she was made to believe that she was poor, poverty mindset, and chasing for wealth all the time. However, discovering for all these situations allow her to free herself from her inner child beliefs. And today she's very independent, walk out of this memory, and now she has a decent relationship with the father again. Of course, that is important because letting go is a process of the journey. So this is only 2 examples of those. And sometimes it could be a situation that happened in the past that has created this memory inside you. It could be also caused by one of your uncles or your grandfather who has said something to you, a male dominant figure in your life that has created a memory inside you that you're not good enough. So as such, your wealth will be impacted directly. So the different stages of life also impact on your growth. So I've covered that in Fear to Power process, like 0 to 1.5 years. It is the sense of security. If you're someone who have no sense of security, perhaps you also lack confidence in your life. From 1.5 to 3 years old, there's the time when a lot of children keep asking why, but however, you're not given direction. And that's when the children also do not know what is the sense of direction. So if in adulthood you have certain element of lack in you and you feel that this is something that you want to overcome for yourself, you may want to consider hopping into our Fear to Power program to unleash this process inside you so that you can actually break through all these self-limiting beliefs and work towards succeeding in life. Personally, I have also gone through this journey myself to recognize that some of these situations do affect me in life. So for example, one of my uncles, when I was very young, he was always comparing me, my results with a cousin. Okay, a cousin of mine, same age. However, she's always doing very well and I was not doing as well. So he's always comparing me with her, and that impacted me that I was not good enough. So I never feel that I will be good enough in what I do. However, discovering that no, that is not the situation and letting go of that cellular memory allows me to free my mind and free my processes for myself. So I want it for you so that you can break through all your fears that is really not there, not in existence, is all self-created by your mind, so that you can walk out of it. And we run this through actually an implementation workshop. Fear to Power is not a program that I taught and teach. We're going to walk through a process whereby you will visit all this on your own, with me running a process with you to identify what is the root cause of your self-limiting beliefs, your fears. And then we will then subsequently work on a process to clear this belief system so that you can step on a good new sense of direction, new sense of cellular memory, new belief imprint to move forward in life to achieve more success. Because it's easy to tell someone to, hey, believe in yourself. You just need to have positive affirmation in your life. You just need to tell yourself you're good enough. It is not purely that. Sometimes it's just discovering what was stopping you from progressing. And once you discover what was the imprinted memory, you are able to acknowledge and let go of the memory so that you can progress further in your life. So hop into www.feartopower.com if you want to hop in for our last Fear to Power process this year. I'm running it for the last time. Maybe in future, I will not run it again unless right now we're running it as per request. So you want to hop on www.feartopower.com. It's going to be this Friday to Sunday, every evening, Singapore time, which will be USA in the morning for you guys. You want to hop in so that you can actually walk through and find out what it was the inner childhood issues that has affected you. Sometimes it's not one memory. Sometimes it's multiple memories stacked together. So we're going to walk through one by one, and we're going to discover what is the deepest imprint that caused you to have all these situations in your life. So when I did my whole processes, right, I thought my memories that has caused all this was from 15 years old. However, when I dive deeper, I realized that it came much earlier, when I was much younger, but about 9 to 10 years old, that this memory from the male dominant figure in my family has affected me to believe in myself. And being able to recognize that and see that this person is not important to judge my future, I'm able to let go of that and move forward in life. And knowing this is important. So some of you may say, hey, I don't have all this self-limiting belief. Just be honest with yourself. There would be some level. Let's get it done, clear it out of your system so that you are ready to have a new breakthrough for your business success in your life. And I love for you to be like Joyce, who went from 0 to multiple 6 figures, just by acknowledging, knowing what those imprint that didn't serve her in her life. And this is so pivotal for her success. I want you to, when in a couple of years' time, look back and say, hey, this is the pivotal time of my life when I start to recognize what was all these issues that's affecting my personal growth, my success, my business growth. Just tweaking one small little memory would change your life. So what would it be worth to you if you just take these processes and apply into your life, make all those shifts, clear all these memory? Would it be worth 10s, 20,000 in your income growth, 40,000, 50,000, 100,000? If all it takes is just 3 hours a day for 3 evenings, and it's going to break through, have clear results for your business, and that is really what I want for you. What would it take for you? Is it worth it for you to just take 3 hours of your time for 3 days to make a difference for your life? And if you truly want it for yourself, so take action now. And this is the last time. This is a 3-day processes. You'll be part of the process. You will learn it, and you can even help your audience, help your clients, help your staff. Okay, one of the important things that Kat Tan has taken away was that after she runs this fast Fear to Power process with me, she was able to take the processes in some ways or another to her staff and help her staff in their progress and change the way she worked, and that increased her business result for herself. So Small little shifts inside your inner child would make so much changes to a business process. And sometimes it's just knowing that memory is not important in your life. However, talking about it is simple, and working on clearing it is a different process. And typically, you need a third party to help you with this process to make it shift faster for you. And I'm just asking you to just commit 3 hours, 3 days, 9 hours in total, and you're going to make the biggest shift in your life to increase your income, to know what is stopping you from going forward and perhaps stop being a perfectionist but become a progressionist and succeed in your life. So I'll see you there. If you're there, www.fearofpower.com if you want to change your life, change your business process, change your business growth, and change your life. Of course, I'm going to cover more than business in Fear of Power. One aspect is relationship. If you don't have a decent relationship with your spouse, with your partner, with your business partners, more important is your life partner. Chances is your relationship with your mother, there is a gap. And we want to recognize what is the gap to make the shift inside you so that your life will change and it becomes a more holistic, grounded relationship with people around you, your staff, and everyone else. So great to have you here, and let's work on, even if you're not hopping into the Fear the Power program, you can do it yourself. You can write down what I mentioned earlier on the step-by-step process to recognize, acknowledge, and use positive affirmation. At least that will get you going. However, if you truly want it for yourself to clear out of your imprinted memory so that you can have great success in your life, hop in for Fear the Power program. And I love to support you to get your quick success in the shortest time possible. So bye for now. And if you need any kind of coaching processes, want me to cover any trainings in this Facebook Live, just drop in the link here below so that I can cover the areas that you're interested for me to cover. Okay, bye for now.